A warm welcome back to Emirates 24/7. Now, energy is big business for this region, especially at this time of year when ADIPEC, or the Abu Dhabi Petroleum Exhibition and Conference, comes to the capital. Bringing over 40,000 professionals together, the four-day event is forecast to generate more than 4 billion dirhams worth of industry deals this year. For an exclusive preview of the event, I sat down with ADIPEC's event director, Hifazat Ahmad, who began by telling me why the gathering was guaranteed to set cash registers ringing across Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Let's listen in.
We estimate the knock-on effect of the whole event to be in anywhere in proximity of 600 million dirhams. We do anticipate to have around 12,000 to 13,000 people who will be traveling from outside of UAE. Now, obviously, that means they'll be using different ports of entries. We expect over 20,000 million ton of equipment to be coming in as well. Once again, that uses various available ports in the country. And that in itself has a knock-on effect, apart from, for example, the cargo and everything, but the hotel occupancy, transportation, various services. I mean, at the moment, we've got almost 1,500 people working at the exhibition center, which are all from Abu Dhabi and Dubai primarily. So that feeds into the economy. And this is, from my understanding and what we have seen over the years, is a key policy for Dubai as well as Abu Dhabi government to use large-scale events to sort of generate economic benefit for the country. So we just think that we are glad to be able to help in that respect.
Exhibitors have been rushing to get the best slots this year, meaning that it was completely sold out 8 months in advance. Is this unprecedented, or is this a trend that you're seeing develop year on year?
This region, once again, is blessed with an ideal location, which helps it cater to east and west. And then obviously in UAE, we've got world-class infrastructure. So it's an ideal place for people to come. And that's the reason why there is such strong interest for people to be here to benefit from what's on offer.
We've got the two biggest consumers of energy, the United States and China, increasing their presence at ADIPEC this year. In terms of what this means for Gulf oil and gas companies, potential partnerships, deals, tie-ups, what can you tell us? What can we expect?
Well, I mean, we are quite confident that the number of deals and relationships will happen as a result of this event. And this is why, for example, we do expect a number of people to come, in terms of we expecting over 40,000 to come. Now, in terms of US and China, I mean, this is something we've also sort of observed and experienced over the last 4 years, that those two major consumers of energy have actually increased their presence at the show. And this works both ways. Not only that both of them are large and big consumers of energy, but it's also a case of that both of them are active in that space, as in a lot of technology and know-how and knowledge does come from US. A lot of manufacturing is now sort of emerging out of China as well. So they both, it's a give and take relationship, where on one hand they are consumers of energy, but on the other hand they're also suppliers and providers of goods and services to this region. And for example, purely in terms of energy, the world population is going to grow by almost 30% in the next 20 years. And just by numbers, once you have a 9 billion consumption base, every single oil producing company would need to increase their production by minimum of 30% as well, just to fulfill the normal demand. So in that sense, the opportunity for oil and gas companies is actually tremendous, that they have an opportunity where the client base is already set, and they know that they need to keep up with that. And this is one of their biggest challenges, in terms of you need people to be able to do that. You need technologies to be able to use to expand or increase your reservoirs. And this is, for example, the focus at the conference as well. How do you get a required number of engineers qualified enough to do that? How do you use new technologies to increase your production, increase your output? And how can you, for example, maximize your assets?
Let's talk about demand. Inevitably, it floats to the top of the agenda whenever we have energy executives gathered around a table. In terms of the resources that we're sitting on here in the Middle East, what role can we play in meeting the needs of the United States, China, and even Europe? How important is our role here?
Well, I think just this region plays an absolutely critical role in the demand, because if you look around the world, there are not that many regions that have the capacity to actually increase their outputs in terms of either having known reserves or unknown reserves or unproven reserves, so to speak. This region actually still has ability to increase its output. As once again, the region is blessed with wealth of oil as well as gas, and now all the governments and major policymakers are considering or are already in the plan of, for example, investing in refining, investing in infrastructure.